so good to have Pooh Bear in the studio.
Thanks for having me. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Now, it's actually not my actual birthday, but it is coming up.
Oh, soon?
Yeah, December 2nd.
Oh, you're sad. You're
Yes,
special,
I am.
too.
When's your birthday?
I'm September 4th.
Okay, so yours passed.
Yeah, but every day you wake up should be your birthday. Just don't forget that.
I think it really gets a reaction out of people when you greet people, happy birthday, because you're like, wait, what? Is that my birthday?
It isn't, but you should feel a little special. Just like it almost like, is it my birthday? Like, no, it's not. But that little moment of feeling special is everything. You know, just when you forget. But then when you wake up, you just don't know how long you're gonna be here. So why wait a whole year to celebrate your birthday?
That's a really great way to put it.
Yeah, celebrate every day somehow. Just like figure it out.
I try to leave one thing each day to look forward to.
Yeah.
Just to make it special. But I know you have a lot to look forward to because tomorrow is a big day.
Oh, the little baby comes out. Booking the bill.
Album release day.
Yep.
So are you feeling all the feels?
I am. I'm excited. I want the world to hear it. If not the world, just the people who care to hear it. And I'm just excited to know how they feel about it. Something that we worked on diligently over the last year. So it's like literally like having a baby.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who don't know, and I was actually just telling our friend Maritza here, that you are the name that you didn't know you know.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because you've done so much work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You basically wrote Justin Bieber's Purpose album, right?
Yeah, 16 out of 18 songs.
That's a lot. And you've worked with everybody from Usher to...
Everybody, 112, Mariah Carey, J-Lo, Jill Scott, Chris Brown, Sam Smith, most people.
Now, do you feel that there's more pressure coming out with the solo album or less?
I feel like there's less pressure just because it's me and I'm an up-and-coming artist. So as a songwriter, I've had some success as a songwriter, but as an artist, I'm just new. So I don't expect anything grandiose. So I feel like a new artist. Like I feel like I'm up and coming. So I just feel like it's a little less stressful for me because the expectations don't have to be there. Like as a big, all the big artists, they want those numbers, their first week numbers. For me, I'm blessed. I'm just happy to have music coming out.
You were so sweet. This is not, this is the exact opposite of what I would have expected. Cause it's okay, first off, when I saw you got your big break working with 112, I was like, okay, so we're kind of similar age group, I'm guessing. Yeah. You have been a big deal and successful for a long time. And for you to be so humble to be like, well, I'm an up-and-comer. It's like, you're kind of not.
I know, but I really don't ever want to not feel like I'm up-and-coming. And I don't ever want to feel like I made it. I don't ever want to get comfortable or celebrate just because I just want to grow. And I feel like the second people start feeling like they made it, it's like, they kind of stopped growing. So I'm definitely an up-and-coming artist. I consider myself an up-and-coming songwriter just because I like to stay on my toes. And I don't ever want to get too comfortable.
Can I ask you, so I know you come from was it New Haven, Connecticut?
New Haven, best pizza in the world.
Yeah, I actually was briefly on the air at KC 101 back in the day.
Oh, nice.
Now, you might not remember that. But I know you went from tragedy struck at your home. It was struck by a tornado.
Yeah.
And for a brief while, your family didn't.
Me and my mom were homeless for a while, for a year and a half. And we slept everywhere. And thank God the church that we were, we started to attend the church, and they took up an offering, and it was like $4,000, and they gave it to my mom. And we started over in Atlanta, in College Park.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you go from that being, that must have been rock bottom. Yeah. How do you go from that to just striving forward and breaking into the industry?
Just not having any options, and I didn't have a plan B. And my dad left when I was 7, so I was like, I gotta make money. I have to be the one to provide for my mom. I want to get her a new house. I want to get her a new car. So that was my motivation. It was just my mom, taking care of my mom, and I started when I was 11, putting together kids groups, and being 12 years old, signing my first record deal when I was 12.
Wow. Getting
ripped off and learning, and I just kind of never had any other options. So I think that's coming from nothing, coming from sleeping in high school gym, sleeping in shelters whenever there was space. It kind of, I didn't see any other option other than to create something, to create revenue streams. I didn't even know what I wanted to do in the music business. I just know I used to sneak and listen to Stevie Wonder because I grew up in. When my parents were together, it was super Christian, super like.
So was the MTV band in your house too?
I didn't have cable.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just scratchy. You know what I mean? The TV was just scratchy. But I did find a Stevie Wonder tape on the ground. The songs "I Just Called to Say I Love You" and "Send Her My Love with a Dozen Roses," and those like A, B, and I used to like sneak and listen to "I Just Called to Say I Love You," and I was like, at that point, I was like, I want to do something that makes people feel the way this music makes me feel. But I didn't know what. I didn't know. I couldn't sing. I couldn't write. I just was
So you didn't have the music theory down.
No. I was 7. I was sneaking. Listen, I was forced to listen to Christian trumpeter music, which was just straight trumpet music, praise and worship trumpet music.
The theory is there. Music is music.
No,
but
it definitely helped me as a top line writer because I ended up, of course, playing the trumpet in concert band, marching band. But it helped me as a writer because the trumpet plays the lead, the top line of the song.
So it's the melody. And I would say that your music, and I was listening to your new single, Favorite Human, it's like melodic. Like
it's melodic.
Yeah.
And
it is, I love it.
Oh, thank you.
But it's just amazing how you went from that to becoming one of the most sought after songwriters and producers out there. You've worked with everybody. Yeah. Would you say it's just your work ethic that's gotten you this far, or?
I think so. I just look up and I just know that I've seen people come in as writers and producers, and I've seen them come and go. So for me, it's always, I'm not celebrating. I got a hit record or whatever. I got 2 hits. The second you celebrate, somebody else is out there that outworking you, and you'll look up and those same artists that were calling you, now they're calling that next person because they have the new sound. So for me, it's always like, how do I stay ahead of everybody? How do I never get that comfortable where, I miss out on like artists actually, trying to reach out to me, but I'm like too caught up in myself. So I'm like in a constant state of growth, a constant state of, instead of writing songs for artists, writing songs for myself, and knowing that most artists just want what I want for myself, strange enough. They've done themselves over and over again. So they're not looking for songs that sound like them.
Yeah, I think that just a lot of people from like every different industry can learn from you because it's important to constantly evolve and not get too comfortable in whatever field you're in.
Yeah, it's way easier.
Otherwise, you'll get left in the dust.
It's easy. It's always somebody like me that's out working. I'm sleeping 3-4 hours a day. I'm still just working really, really hard, writing songs as if I've never written anything before. So that's how I treat it.
So where do you come up with your best ideas? Because for me personally, I tend to come up with really good ideas in the shower or on the toilet.
That's good, man. There's something about you and water then.
No, I was going to say, like, it just like...
Oh, you're sad.
Blur out, and I'm
you're
just like...
fire sign, so the water, there's some balance involved in that. For me, it's everywhere. It's conversations, it's billboards, it's commercials, it's movies. There's lines in movies that I'm like, oh, that's an amazing song concept that I'll just type in and I'll just put
Is it words or is it just an idea?
It's always an idea. Or for me, I'm looking for concepts. So, like idea, concept, I go to my phone and I will just type in.
Are you in your notes app right now?
I'm in my notes. So I would be like, the last note I wrote was all in forward motion. So I'm thinking like, oh, that's a cool line,
that's a cool
but that's
idea.
also like a cool name for like a motion picture company, like for my film company.
Yeah.
All in forward motion.
Or like an
films.
animated. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but this is this idea of like me having a conversation with somebody and saying, yeah, man, I'm just constantly just trying to be like always be in forward motion. And I'm like, oh, let me write that down.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because I'm just
You're
talking.
inspiring me now just hearing this.
Yeah. So when there's so many concepts and amazing ideas that come from people who have great conversations,
What about the musicality versus the lyrics of it all? What hits you first?
Yeah.
Is it always the idea, or do you ever just hear a melody and just start humming it to yourself?
So for me, the hardest part of creating a song is the concept. It's just so many concepts that have been done before. So it's like having a concept is my address. And so when I have the address, I can put it in a Waze or maps, and it's going to give me 3 or 4 routes to get to that same address. So now each route is a verse or a pre-chorus that supports my main idea. The main idea is the address.
It's like a building block.
It's a building block. So for me, the hardest part is the concept, because after everything after that, I'm a walking melody, as you heard in the song.
Yeah.
I'm a walking melody, so I have infinite melodies inside of me. So the harder part for me is, how can I come up with a cool concept that's like has a double entendre involved in it, or
that makes it so complex. Like, get that message across, but also leave it open to interpretation.
Right, and that way it can hit you. It might not even be the same thing I'm talking about, but it just resonates with you because
it brings feelings. It doesn't matter if it means something different for you.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. And now those are the layers. So the music is like, that's the one thing that locks stuff into eras, is the music. So you can hear something and be like, oh, that makes me feel like the 90s. Oh, that sounds like Babyface. Oh, that sounds like the Neptunes. So it's the sonics. So for me, the main idea, the song, and the chords are the most important part of it. Because if I could move you, if I could play you a song with chords and a strong hook and verses, I don't even need to have stacks in my hook. I could just be my one voice. But if the concept is strong enough, melody is strong enough, I can dress it up however I want. I can make it reggae. I can make it reggaeton. I can make it Afrobeat. I can make it country.
You could do the Despacito remix.
Yeah, Despacito remix. Yeah,
that thing hit real hard.
Yeah, that was a blessing. But hence, as long as you have chords that move your emotions and you have a great song, you can put any drum cadence to it. You can make it anything. So I feel like the musicality of it is the least important part of it, because at the end of the day, I could hire somebody that I can say play the C chord, play that diminished chord. I could hire them. Now the hard part is, how do I make a song that everybody can relate to and sing along with? That's simple and effective. Simple enough for kids to sing along, but effective enough for adults to have neurons to be like, oh, I would have never thought of that simile or that metaphor.
And I think a lot of us tend to overcomplicate things.
Everything in life. Less is always more in everything in life.
I remember that. Now, I'm so glad that I have you here in the studio, because there's something that I've been wondering about the music industry and just the way it's changed. Yeah. And from somebody who has been doing this since
the 90s. 97 was my first, we could do it anywhere.
That's like when I started radio.
That's about right.
Those are the days that if you were an artist, you would have to like scrounge up the money or know somebody that had access to a recording studio.
Yeah, to be able to record a demo. Remember demos?
Yes, on a cassette tape.
Now demos don't exist. It's just straight. I got an album. I got a single on Spotify, and I was like, wait a minute, is it a demo? Like,
yeah, but that's what I wanted to ask you. You see where this is headed?
Yes.
Now anybody on TikTok, you can get like a cheap interface. You can get one of these mics.
Everybody's a celebrity.
Everybody is an artist. Yeah. What are your feelings on that?
I feel like that, the yin and the yang, of course it's great that everybody now, can just put out music at will, but it just waters it down so much that, you'll see a hit record and you'll be like, wait a minute, that would have never been a hit back in the day. But because all these other songs suck so bad, it makes songs that are mediocre appear to be great. And it's just like comparing. But for me,
production quality.
Yeah, it's the production quality. But then it's like, is this song a complete thought? Or do these verses even support this hook? Or your verse is talking about money, but then the hook is talking about a girl?
You need to do a masterclass.
Absolutely.
This is what you need to do. This is your next step.
Absolutely. I'm actually, strange enough, I'm doing a podcast called Say It Again, because I like to say it again a lot. Like whenever somebody says something that's really bad, I'm like, say it again.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say it to me. I don't think you did you?
Not yet. No, not yet. I'm gearing up for it. I'm setting myself up to say it to you clearly. Yeah, say it again.
Say it again?
Yeah, so that, right, but in that podcast, I'm definitely gonna, like every other episode will be like a little mini 12-minute class that I've like just compacted, where it's like for people that can get it and like, here, you can get this and apply it.
I love that you're not gatekeeping your knowledge either.
No, because you understand that I can literally tell you every secret. It doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying?
I know. It doesn't mean you're going to apply it.
Like KFC can tell you all their ingredients. You're not going to go and make KFC fried chicken. So it's just a matter of, who's doing it. I'll teach anybody. I feel like I'm here on earth to push everything forward. Music, water, everything. What's next? I'm here to do what's next.
What was it? What you said before? Forward momentum.
All in forward motion.
All in forward motion.
It's very correlates. It does, because it's like, what's next? Like, how do we? why do we keep drinking water? Why don't we drink hydrogen water that takes inflammation out of our
Is it? Now, are you affiliated with this?
That's my company. It's my
Oh, well,
water.
get out of here. Why am I drinking this water?
I don't know. I brought that.
Yeah,
It's my water. So like this is, but it's health and wellness. So it takes inflammation out. It takes your recovery time in half.
Wow.
You know, in your muscles. So and it's great for kids, man. They love it. It's no sugar. It's no calories. It's and it's amazing. The hydrogen actually sweetens the water. That's one of the side effects of the hydrogen.
This one's tart cherry flavored.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to try
tart
this.
Cherry, blackberry. I got watermelon. I got honeydew. Another, we're growing pretty fast. We're in about 8,000 stores right now. So
Look at you. You're feeding the soul with music. You're feeding the body with water. Which, by the way, I'm one of those people where it'll be like 3 p.m. and I have not had one sip of water. So
I hate water.
If we can find water that I love, like, hi, you just saved my life.
That's because you're a Sag. I hate water. But so for me, when I started drinking it, so I was like, I really like this. And I don't like, I'm not a water person. I'm a water snob. Because if I taste
your
any
thirstometer, your thirstometer's broken.
It is, and like literally, I just got my blood. Like my blood work was just like, "Hey, you should drink more water." I'm like, "How should I drink more water and I own a water company?" It's the most irony of all.
So wait, which sign are you? You're
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo.
I'm Earth. Yeah.
Oh, that's Earth. I don't know why I thought it was a water sign.
You're fire.
Oh.
You're a Sag. So sometimes you gotta throw a little dirt on your fire every now and then.
I know. Seriously.
Yep.
I just want to say congratulations on the album.
Thank you.
I hope it's the hugest thing ever. And
thank you.
I'm so glad that you're getting the recognition you deserve.
I appreciate it.
After all these years of being like the behind the scenes guy, and this is just incredible. Favorite Human, you can check out the video. It's on YouTube.
Yes.
And
anything
else you want people to know?
I would, just check out the Book and the Bill. It's definitely different. It's definitely unpredictable, and it's out of the box. These are words that come from an amazing poet named Nabil, my partner and brother, and I've never worked with a poet before, so it's going to show a lot of growth in my lyrics and a lot of words that I didn't even know I had to learn as I was singing them. But just check out the album, The Book and the Bill. It's out everywhere tonight, midnight. And Favorite Human is everywhere right now. The video's out. And thank you so much, Wendy.
Thank you. Thank you for coming by.
Happy birthday, Wendy.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, drink some water.
And happy birthday to your album.
Thank you. Exactly, right? The little baby, the Book and the Bill baby's coming out. Happy birthday.